So working on the Refined Movement EK Coupe got me feeling so inspired. This modification is going to be for track use only unless you a hot boy. You heard? So what is up, guys, and welcome to Bodie Vision. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be turning this stock ordinary 1996 through 98 Civic headlight. I'm going to modify it so that way it's a custom velocity stack intake. It's going to ram air right into the intake and it's going to keep the engine cool for the track. Like I said, this modification is going to be for track use only unless you want to bring it to the streets. The reason why it's going to be for track use only is because ultimately I'm going to be getting rid of the headlight, so you're going to need your headlights if you're running on the streets, especially at night. But anyways, so the first thing that I'm going to do, since this car has kind of got my reputation behind it, it's got my name on it since I'm painting it, I want this to look real nice. So I'm just going to take this old dingy beat up headlight and I'm just going to clean it real quick. If you want to see how this process works, go ahead and click. I did a whole headlight restoration video quite a while ago. I'll put that at the end of this video, so when you're done watching this, you can watch that. But that's what I'm going to do now, so let's restore the headlight. Alright, so now the headlight's looking right, it's looking nice and clean, it is ready to go. So my next step is I'm going to kind of mask off or kind of draw where I'm going to want to make my cuts. My goal is to kind of use this arch with the headlights and the chrome housing. I want to use this arch, and then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to come across this whole edge, and that's where I want to make my cut. Once I remove the headlight, that's going to ram air right into the engine bay, and the intake sits right behind this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw out where I want to make my cuts. Alright, so that's what I'm going to go for cut-wise. I'm just going to go ahead and get my grinder and make it as neat as I possibly can. I'm going to work nice and slow to just make sure that it's as perfect as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright guys, so here's how we look rough cut. It looks really bad right now, but you know that's always how it is when you're fabricating and doing stuff. Your first cut's always going to be sloppy. So now what I'm going to do is clean it up, then we're going to mount it on the car. Alright guys, so here's what we're looking at now. I mean, to be honest, it didn't go as smooth as I would like, but this plastic is kind of hard to work with. I bent it in a little bit, but rather than trying to spend a whole bunch of time on it, I just sanded down this edge to make it as clean as possible. And this piece, this is a functional piece more than anything. So as you can see, the air is going to get funneled right into here. So let's go mount it on the car and see what it looks like. Alrighty guys, so we're coming to the conclusion of this video. That Civic that I'm working on, the Civic that I actually made that headlight for, is the Refined Movement Civic Coupe, like I mentioned earlier. If you wanted to check out what was going on with that car, I would highly recommend it. Go over to their channel. I'll put the link in the description below. That's the channel Refined Movement. There's all kinds of videos over there of him working on the car, and they're all great, and those two, they put out nothing but great content, so I'd really recommend going to check that out. The reason why I have his car over here is because I'm going to be doing a full paint job on it. So subscribe now, because that video is going to be on the way. I'm already a little into it, but you know how videos come out. We want to make sure they're all in sequence. So you guys are going to love that when it comes out. Like I mentioned earlier, I would have liked if the headlight would have came out a little better, but like I said, that's a functional piece only. So if it doesn't look that great, but it serves its purpose, that makes me happy. And I had this idea of doing this for quite a while, but I never really had any need for it because I don't have a track car. So the fact that they brought me a track car, I'm super happy to just give it to them, and if they want to use it, they can. And if they don't, I don't have my feelings hurt because I was able to make a video out of it, and I think it got some pretty cool content, and I think it was just fun in general. I got the headlight from the junkyard, so no money money, no harm, no foul. Anyways, so thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. Hey, so it's the next day, so I decided that I wasn't completely happy with the way that it looked. So what I went ahead and I did is I took a 2 1/4 hole saw, 2 1/4 inch hole saw, and then I cut out the center where the light went. So that made that hole, it made the opening a little bigger hole, more airflow and stuff like that. And I cleaned out the edges, so let's check out how it looks. So I'm definitely more happy with that now. YouTube, I'm out.